Hello, and welcome to the Snippets of Leadership podcast. There was a moment in my career where I found myself out of my depths. I remember it extremely vividly. I was in charge of a project, of a large one, for the first time. And right at that moment, I found myself to take a decision that would have made the project or would have broken it. Of course, I was scared about making the wrong decision, making a mistake, so I did the only thing that I could think of. I lined up a few solutions that could have been right or wrong, and I brought them over to my boss. And his answer specifically, was one of the most important learning points of my career. One of the end games of leadership is delegation. I know it, you know it, it's the truth. You want to be able to, at some point, have someone you can go to, give a task to, and trust that they will do it. They will do a good job and they will nail it. The question is, how do I do it? Is there a process to get there? And the answer is yes, there is, and it's called situational leadership, according to Hersey and Blanchard, if you want to dot the I's. Situational leadership is the answer to the question, how do I do it? How do I help someone grow from zero to a point where they're fully independent and they can confidently take over responsibilities and work, and I don't have to worry about it? The way to do it is via 4 leadership styles. 4 styles that you can use with each team member depending on how mature they are. And if you've followed me, you know that I'm not a great fan of leadership styles per se. I find them abstract and academic in a way, but I do like this one because it starts from a practical perspective. Basically, it tells you exactly what leadership style to adopt and in what order to get someone from being a complete newbie to someone you can assign a task to and forget about it. And it tells you why you need to adopt each specific style. And most importantly, it tells you how to assess what style you need. This is the key point. Look at your team and assess how mature each one is based on their level of skill and their level of confidence in their skill. Those are the only 2 indicators they need. And because there are only 2 indicators, you end up only having 4 cases and 4 leadership styles. So, one by one, start with the idea of someone who is new to the team or to the world of work. First job ever in your team. That person, of course, will be unable to do the job and insecure. So your goal right now, the basic level, is to show them that they can do the job. And the leadership style you need to adopt is telling. Literally tell them how to do the job. Give them clear directions and indication. Give them a step-by-step plan on what to do and how to do it. So don't focus too much on the motivational side of the person or on the emotional side. Yeah, that's important, of course, but for this, for what we're talking about now, your key is to double down on the task. Show them how to do the job. If you do that, little by little, you will see that there will be a change. They will probably still be unable to be independent, but at the very least, they will have seen that they can do it. And at that point, they'll be willing to give it a try. So when that happens, that's when you need to shift your leadership style as well. So your goal is to not only show them that they can do it, but also to motivate them to learn, to get better at it, to give them a vision, to let them touch by hand how much they're growing. So if your goal shifts, your leadership style also needs to. So you go from telling them what to do to selling what to do to them. Basically, you still tell them exactly what to do, give them precise directions and indications. But on top of that, you do whatever you can to bring them on board, to motivate them, to show them the effect of their learning. So you not only focus heavily on the tasks, but you also focus very heavily on the person. And once you do that, little by little, you will see that their skill will increase. And at that point, you will see them make another shift to the point where they're actually skilled enough to do the job. But maybe, and this was exactly my situation in the example I had given before, they're still not 100% sure about wanting to take full responsibility for their choices and for key elements. And your goal right now is to build their confidence in the fact that they can. In the example that I had given you before, my boss's answer was textbook. I had come over with a range of options related to a problem. And I remember he looked at them and basically answered, Edoardo, there is a reason why I'm paid more than you. The reason is to make choices and take responsibility. So do what you want. Do what you think is best. And if it's the right choice, you have the merit. And if it's the wrong choice and the project just crumbles down, I will take the blame. And this is exactly the leadership style you should adopt. It's called participating, and the goal of it is to take some responsibility for the failure or the success of the task or the project in my case. So don't focus too much on the task because you know that the person can do the job. Focus on the personal connection. Focus on showing the person that you are there to support, and whatever they can do, they should, and their leader will not hold them accountable. It's a way to encourage people to take competent risks and learn from them. I did, and my confidence grew in myself, and I made the shift thanks to that intervention to stage 4, where I was able to do the job and confident in taking responsibility. And that's the end game. When you have someone that you have managed to help grow from unable and insecure to able and confident, you can just delegate. You trust the person with full responsibility and decision-making power because you've done the job before. You know all the steps that that person has gone through, and you can go to the person, assign a task, and trust that that task will be done on time and well. If this is not the golden nugget, I don't know what is. Feel free to use it. Feel free to test it. I'm 100% sure that this will be a very powerful way to deal with people and to help them grow. Thank you for listening. My name is Edoardo Binda Zane from EBZ Coaching. I'm a leadership and communication trainer and consultant. And if you have any questions about what you've heard in this episode, please reach out to me via LinkedIn, Facebook, or my website. I'll be answering the most interesting questions on the show. And if you know someone that will benefit from this type of content, please make sure you recommend this podcast to them. Thank you, and see you next time.